When one sees all with equal heart, to our true nature we return. Equal heart means heart wisdom, the wisdom which emerges when gratitude begins to blossom, when compassion becomes part of our lives. The word equal here means the heart which feels gratitude to all things without exception. Chapter 2 of Chuang Tzu has the title, Discussion on Making All Things Equal. I would like to quote a few words from it for you. Great understanding is broad and unhurried. Little understanding is cramped and busy. Great words are clear and limpid. Little words are shrill and quarrelsome. In sleep, our spirits go visiting. In waking hours, their bodies hustle. With everything they meet, they become entangled. Day after day, they use their minds in strife, sometimes grandiose, sometimes sly, sometimes petty. Their little fears are mean and trembling. Their great fears are stunned and overwhelming. They bound off like an arrow or crossbow pellet, certain that they are the arbiters of right and wrong. They cling to their position as though they had sworn before the gods, sure that they are holding on to victory. They fade like fall and winter. Such is the way they dwindle day by day. They drown in what they do. You cannot make them turn back. They grow dark, as though sealed with seals. Such are the excesses of their old age. And when their minds draw near to death, nothing can restore them to the light. Whether you point to a little stalk or a great pillar, a leper or the beautiful she, things ribald and shady or things grotesque and strange, the way makes them all into one. Their dividedness is their completeness. Their completeness is their impairment. No thing is either complete or impaired, but all are made into one again. Only the one of far-reaching vision knows how to make them into one. Such a one has no use for categories, but relegates all to the constant. The constant is the useful. The useful is the passable. The passable is the successful. And with success, all is accomplished. Such a one relies upon this alone, relies upon it, and has no knowledge of doing so. This is called the way. But to wear out your brain trying to make things into one without realizing that they are all the same, this is called 3 in the morning. What do I mean by 3 in the morning? When the monkey trainer was handing out acorns, he said, "You get 3 in the morning and 4 at night." This made all the monkeys furious. "Well, then," he said, "you get 4 in the morning and 3 at night." The monkeys were all delighted. There was no change in the reality behind the words, and yet the monkeys responded with joy and anger. Let them if they want to. So the sage harmonizes with both right and wrong, and rests in heaven the equalizer. This is called walking 2 roads. Chuang Tzu, Burton Watson translation. We return to our true nature when we cease clinging to words, concepts, and discriminations, and perceive the reality behind the words, what my teacher Sung Song called before thinking mind. The wisdom of the heart exists before thinking, before concepts. Gratitude and compassion as the wisdom of the heart transcend all the categories of the mind. The heart reveals oneness. But notice Chuang Tzu's subtlety. He states that trying to make things into one using the brain will not work. He called it 3 in the morning. Transcending discrimination does not happen through an act of discrimination. This does not mean doing nothing about the situation. Rather, it means engaging in disciplined practice to awaken the wisdom of the heart. The primary practice for accomplishing this is meditation on gratitude. When the heart awakens, we then perceive all things as equal without demolishing them as things.